defensive back, and from Goodyear, Arizona, Stephen Ortiz, Jr. from Desert Edge High School. Dad, Pops, Mom, Deanna. His dad's name, we call him Pops, Stephen, right? Stephen Sr., but he's from the Bronx, from New York. That's where his dad's from, ex-law enforcement. And you talk about a trailblazer, Stephen Ortiz, Jr. Here's a young man that's really a Pac-12 kid on the West Coast. Everybody thinks he's going to go to the Pac-12, and then, boom, out of nowhere commits to Minnesota. And he's a trailblazer. This is not outside the kid's DNA. This is the same kid, right, that when he came to Arizona could have picked maybe one of the major programs in Arizona to go play for. He said, nope, Dad, you know what? I'm going to play for Desert Edge. We're going to make something out of Desert Edge High School. That's amazing. Not only that, we're worried about kids transition or student athletes transitions in high school, from to high school to college. He lives in his own casita in the backyard. So he already has his own home, at his home, in the backyard. So his parents, they live in their house with his sisters, right? And then he lives in the backyard. There's a pool, and then on the opposite side of the pool is his casita. So he already has been living by himself for years. So the transition for being able to do that has been unbelievable. He's kind of been on his own. Mr. Personality, you could call him. He's very infectious. He loves to talk. Him and I get along just fine. But again, never visited until he had to come in on his own. And him and his family came in on their own dime, without being around us, not speaking with us, being around, taking in the Twin City area, and then found a way. And he was already committed at this point to just reassure and verify this is the place for him. First time I ever called him, this is an embarrassing story, but I tell it because it's all part of the experience. First time I ever FaceTime him, he's got a mask on his face. And I'm talking about the masks, like the mud masks for your skin. And I'm sitting there thinking, this guy is very comfortable with himself, that's for sure. He's going to be just fine on an island, one-on-one with somebody. Because I didn't even know what it was. I did that one time in my life. And I did it maybe a week before Heather and I got married. Why? Because right before you get married, you do exactly what you're supposed to. You're supposed to do that anyway. But you definitely do it when your wife tells you a week before your wedding, put a mask on your face for your pores. You do it. Well, he had it on there. Go, Coach, it's good for my skin. It's really good for my skin. So we're going to add a Puerto Rican flag up at our practice field. We represent all the countries from where our players are from. And we're really excited about the Ortiz family. You talk about culture, connectivity from parents. Can't thank his family enough for all they've done. Stephen's an amazing young man, really good student, and really excited to bring him up to Minnesota. He's so excited. He's been repping that maroon and gold for a while now.